recording?
I'm recording. Are you recording?
Recording.
Woo! Hi, Kay.
Hey, Marty.
What's happening?
I'm playing Nintendogs.
Nintendogs? What the heck is this?
Oh my god, you never played Nintendogs?
No. You keep on saying it like it's a real thing.
It is! Oh my god, it was like my
I
whole
don't believe you.
childhood. It's, it's basically like, did you have a Nintendo DS when you were a kid, or did that, miss you by a few years?
I never got into video games.
Oh, yeah, you're not a gamer. I do forget that sometimes.
Yeah. I participate more now than I ever have before. And I don't participate a lot. So...
Yeah, I think we got you to play Stardew. Did we?
Yes.
We did.
Yes.
On your phone,
yep.
Not on, like, a laptop.
On my phone and on the PlayStation that we got for Juders, because she likes doing video games and stuff like that.
She does. She's very big into Minecraft. She's building things herself.
I have a rule about certain things that, like, no, I don't do this for you. That's, if you want it done, you do it, right?
Oh, I think that's a good rule to have, because, like, when I was a kid, I was always asking my brother, like, can you defeat this boss for me? But then he wouldn't give the controller back after he defeated the boss. He's like, oh, I gotta do this. And then so it became a lot of, like, me just watching, and, like, we were only supposed to have, like, 1 hour of video game time each, and he would end up getting my whole hour.
Dude. Siblings. Yeah, no, I was, like, very much outside creating my own world, like climbing trees and like having my own, like, storylines I would work through. That was how I spent all of my childhood. I was just a little feral child.
God, I love that. It's too bad, like, that's, like, not a thing anymore. I'm not going to go down that road, though.
Yeah, well, I think that in, like, Gathered, I live in a much more...
Oh, it's just a game where you have a dog and you walk it, you feed it, you water it, you brush it. The DS cutting edge 2006 technology, it had a little microphone in it, and in the game you name your dog and you have to say its name into the microphone multiple times. And so I've been just shouting bagel, bagel. I don't know how we ended up with bagel, because Austin made a dumb joke, and then I was like, see, we're gonna beat this joke to death.
I love that, though. That's one of my favorite things, is when like something has more longevity than it should, because you and your partner are just, like, about it. So one of my favorite things is to point out to Andrew that I have proof that I'm really funny whenever he, like, I make a joke that, like, he doesn't think is funny. Right? He'll be like, oh, you think you're so funny, right? Because it's, like, a joke that's kind of sort of at his expense, right? And so one of my favorite things is to be like, I have proof that I'm funny. And he's like,
that's fantastic, though.
I know, because I have reviews and stuff that are like, oh my god, this made me laugh so hard. I'm like, I have proof.
You just pull it out and be like, excuse me.
Actually, on this day at this time,
other people.
Reader Girl 4000 said...
Oh, I love that. I'm gonna do that to Austin, because I definitely have
some of those. Should. Yeah, you should. It's good stuff. I mean, a writing career is so versatile.
Right? You can really use it for anything.
You can use it for anything.
You want to win in a fight against your spouse? Pull out some reviews.
Exactly.
Oh, I love that. That reminds me. So, yeah. Austin... He thinks I'm a terrible driver. I think he's a terrible, scary driver. And whenever he does something that's, I'm like, ugh, didn't like that. He goes, I'll have you know my mother was a driving instructor.
Wow, he got you.
No, but so that was like our constant back and forth. Like sometimes he'll do something and I'm like, oh, was your mother a driving instructor? And God, so then one time we were in the car with his sister, and his sister was driving, and she did so. The whole family drives terrifyingly, I think. So she did something, and I said that to him, and God, she died.
That's amazing.
No, it's my favorite. It's one of my favorite running jokes.
That's so fun. Yeah, I don't have anything like that.
No, but like your thing made me think of that, because it was like this is what I whip out. These are my credentials.
The only thing I have that's even kind of similar, so Andrew's, like, super handy, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing that, like, he's not some research away from being able to do. Like, if I need open heart surgery, I'd be like, can you read a book?
Oh my God.
I wouldn't actually, but that's kind of like how extreme it is. And so my dad does hardwood floors. Like he's had this business for like 30 years doing hardwood floors, right?
Marty's hardwood floors.
Yes, Marty's hardwood floors. But Ash, who, is impressed by anyone being able to do something, and he aspires to be a builder. He's 6 these days.
Aww.
And Ash is like, Mom, did you know Grandpa Freddy fixes hardwood floors? I'm like, I did know that. Actually, I did. And he's like, and my dad fixes everything. Like, I knew that too.
That's freaking adorable.
It's so cute. So Andrew does everything. It's so funny. But yeah.
Wait, Austin's calling me. Hold up.
Austin!
I know. Okay.
Listener, you're a listener. I believe it's just you and me right now. And so I just wanted to talk about how are you doing? What's happening in your world? What are you working on? How are you feeling about it? Are you talking nicely to yourself about it? Because you got to be doing that. One of the best breakthrough moments for me was realizing that I didn't need anyone else to tell me something was good that I did in order for it to actually be good, because I liked it and that me liking it is enough. And it made me a lot more confident in my writing and also in my ability to talk about my writing, because I would be so embarrassed to recommend my work to anyone because I couldn't know if they would enjoy it. And if they didn't enjoy it, then it felt really embarrassing to me to have them not like it, and I recommended it and talked positively about it. And then I realized that's not my business. How they receive it isn't my business. But I really liked what I did. I was really proud of what I did. And so why wouldn't I tell them? Oh, hey, listener and I are talking right now, Kate.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry to interrupt.
I was just telling them about some mindset stuff that I've been working on. So
love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Austin called me and he was like, we have a chance to pick up a free chair tomorrow. I was like, urgent,
Urgent. It had to happen right now. What an opportunity.
And I'm like I said yes, but I'm sitting here I don't, because it's a recliner and he loves a recliner, but I'm also I don't want to be alone on the couch.
Yeah. I know, Andrew, it's so funny. Andrew's like, I think I'm of an age that I want my own recliner. I'm like, shut up. Get out of here. No, where will my head go if it's not your lap?
Right?
My position is okay, then we'll get you an ottoman. Okay.
Yeah, you sit here, you stay here. Your feet can go up. Exactly. Your butt stays in one spot, mister.
And you freaking like it, okay? I feel like I did leave listener on hold here because I was something I've really been struggling with, and then you came back. And so I'm do I just leave them with that, or do I actually tell them?
You can, tell me. If you want me to leave, I can.
Kate,
is this too private?
I need some alone time with listener. No,
that's valid. Just posting your own episodes by yourself.
Oh God, finally my opportunity. Kate, go get the chair now.
Bitch, get out of here. My show.
This is my show. Romance Writers Therapy with Marty only. But do we want to talk about what we intended to talk about?
We do.
Do you want to tell listener, or do we want them just to figure it out? I always dropping hints for them and then seeing if they get what we put out there correctly. We could have a quiz at the end. We
usually have something in mind and then we just talk for a while, and then
what
it is when I'm editing the episode and taking notes of all of our talking points for the show summary.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, did we ever hit what was the objective here? What the path we took through all of these? I'm not sure I can find a clear what the prompt was.
I am concerned that we have that significantly throughout this entire season, where we're we'll talk about this, and then we just kind of don't.
That's our whole thing.
Yeah.
Just kind of sidestep it.
Listener, we wanted to talk about the pros and cons of having a day job.
Yeah, the question of, do you want to be a full-time author, I think is, because I've had a couple of conversations with other authors that I've met recently. It goes something I say, oh my God, you write so many books, you put so many books out there, and they go, oh yeah, because I'm a full-time author, and I go, oh yeah, I have a full-time job. Mm-hmm. This is my side hustle. They kind of go, oh well, you'll get there eventually. And it's something that it's so funny to me how the conversation keeps happening exactly like that every time. It started making me wonder, like, do I want to be a full-time author? Because, like, I kind of assumed that I did, because it was something like, it's something you've said you wanted to do. It's something other people have, like, it's kind of assumed that it's the goal.
I agree that it feels like that's what I should want. I don't know.
Well, because, like, it puts a lot of pressure, I think, on all the books that you write to be financially successful. You don't really have room for, well, let me try something experimental that might flop. You don't have room for, or you have less wiggle room for, maybe passion projects that you're not sure if there's a market for, or writing, like, not really in a
exactly what
way.
you normally do. Yeah.
I think because, like, people talk a lot about writing to market, and, like, making sure that you include certain things that people are, constantly searching for, when, like, readers that are really big for enemies to lovers, or readers are really into hockey romance right now. Like, the market's big for that, chase that. How much you can actually do that, and how much, like, that actually pays off is, like, I think something we've talked to Roxie Noir a little bit about in our early episodes.
Man, I'd have to re-listen to that.
I know. The main takeaway from that episode for me was that she can parallel park, which is...
I know, me too.
I think about it every time I have to parallel park. I'm like, Roxie Noir would be really great in this moment.
Dude, you should have seen me trying to parallel park the other day. It was like an 18-point park. I did think Roxie would have nailed this.
It's just her superior...
I'm sorry, Ash is coming. Just a second. It's your turn to talk to a listener.
Hey, listener. How do you feel about parallel parking? I don't think it's that hard. I think what it is that our mirrors are insufficient on our cars, and we need more mirrors to show all of our blind spots, and then we will all be good at it. And of course, Marty agrees implicitly by maintaining her silence. Well, listener, since we are well and truly alone now, I can't hear her audio anymore. How you been doing, I guess? Huh, okay, yeah, that's fucked. I don't know how she does this. I have some leftovers in the fridge I'm thinking about, which is unusual for me. Generally, I don't like leftovers. Do you ever feel like you can taste the fridge, like, by when you crack open the leftover plastic takeout thing, because it's the cheap plastic that, like, cause you're not investing in Tupperware. No one is. No one's investing in Pyrex, That's for a whole other tax bracket. So you're reusing your dishwasher ed takeout containers from, I don't know, when you get Chinese food or something. You crack it open and you smell the refrigerator in there, inside the cold, musty smell of your food. It's musty because it's cold, not because it's old. Like, you put it in there for, like, even an hour, and you kind of get this effect. I swear to God, you can taste it. I'll cut all of this. Ugh.
I absolutely love how traumatized you are by refrigerators.
How long have you been here?
I muted you, but I can still... I muted me, but I can still hear you.
When did you get here?
I've always been here.
I've been here the whole time.
The whole time. Hey, boys.
God. Oh,
God. Okay. So do you want to finish your thought?
No,
just
that's
now,
the
or...
whole thought.
That's the whole thought. We found it. We found the whole thing.
Yeah, we finished.
Do we want to go back to the conversation about full-time authorhood?
I don't think continuing about refrigerators would help. They came here because the title says...
Alone time with Marty. Alone time with Kate.
Some individual one-on-one sessions.
Yes. So we were talking about being a full-time author, and, like, I'm in a position where I really like the work I do outside of authorhood, right?
Yeah. No, I 100% feel like something I am, grateful to my day job for is there's a lot of time where I'm kind of waiting for other people to like get things to me to be able to do my part, and so I can just fill that time with working on like books. There's a lot of like, little minutes I can chip away at it.
And that's like very much the way I feel about real estate, is like I'm able to make pockets of time every day to do some writing. Ash is coming back.
Let's get Ash's opinions this time.
He's so cute. What a beautiful little boy. Come here. Come in. He came up to the door and like put his face against the window.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
sweet boy. Honey, I need to finish this conversation. Is there something Mommy can do for you? Is there a different show you want on?
Tipped.
It is tipped. I know.
Why did you tip it?
I don't know how to fix it. So, buddy, is there something else I can put on for you? Do you want to watch Handyman Hal or something? Because I really want to finish this conversation.
Maybe watch Handyman Hal.
Oh, okay. Can you go potty first? All right. I'm gonna put you on mute again.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Just a second.
No, you're fine. Anyway, we're on fridges.
All right. I believe I have done my motherly duties, and we can get back to our conversation. So
we're talking about pockets of time that you find in your day job. Which
Yeah,
I think like are underrated, but I also like understand that we don't talk about it because it is technically time theft. Depending on
I'm
like,
self-employed, so
yeah,
let's remember that.
Do you get health insurance through the realtor thing?
No.
No? Okay, so like that's one thing that I think that
a day job provides.
For me, I do get my health insurance through that, and I was thinking about like if I went full time, like
yeah, what
if
that
I
would mean.
crash out and quit my job one day because I'm just so mad about whatever it is that I do there. I was thinking like, I would have to ask Austin about like getting health insurance through his job. Because like I think they just recently did that.
That's how we do our health insurance, is through Andrew's job.
Okay, yeah.
And that's the other thing, is like ideally I would like to be bringing in such an income that Andrew quits his job and like works for me in some capacity. Right? And like that's something that we would both like, is to feel so secure in the money coming in through, my endeavors, that we're like, yeah, of course it'd be a better decision for Andrew to quit his job and for us to pay for our own health insurance. And like okay, listener, I don't ever want to dunk on you aspiring to be a full-time author. If that's like what you want, you feel securely like that is for sure what I want that for you. But I can see how real estate, it's a lot easier for me to provide that, right? Like that's much easier for me to provide that. I get paid much better per hour in real estate than I do in writing.
Because you're not waiting to finish a whole book every time to make a sale.
Yeah.
I mean, like it does take a few weeks to months to like work with a client to sell or buy a house, but
yeah, and like there's been clients I've worked with for years to find the right house for them to buy. But like it's not every single weekend for years. It's like, oh, this house showed up, let's go look at it. No, it's not the right one, let's keep looking, right? But I also really enjoy the work. Like I like doing real estate. It's really fun. Every single transaction's different. It's just okay, so I did this like weird guided meditation that was really cool. And it was really funny because out of nowhere, I'm like listening to the guided meditation. She has a great voice. I'm like totally into it. And she's like, and someday you'll take your last breath. I'm like, whoa, what? Like, I did not realize we were going here.
Taking a real
like,
dark turn.
Thing, right? She upped the stakes instantly.
God. Like, we're trying to decrease anxiety here, right?
Well, and then I was like, okay.
Mortality real quick.
Yeah, exactly. Let's confront it.
Into downward dog.
Now into downward dog. As we imagine the grave. But like I was like really taken out because it was like a future self meditation was like what it was like said, right? And I was really taken out, and then I was like, you know what? No. Follow it through. Like I trust this woman, follow it through. And it ended up being an excellent meditation because it was like, she's like, in the moments like that you're approaching that last breath. Who's around you? Think back on the life you've had. What do you see? Right. And so it was like, I didn't see anything with real estate in that. Right. So it's like, okay, that's very interesting. Like, that wasn't the life I aspire to have. And so it's like, okay, so while real estate is great and I do enjoy it, I'm not passionate about it the way I am about writing. And so that was pretty eye-opening to be like, okay, maybe I continue with the goal of writing is the bread and butter. But I think part of that has to be broken down into like weekly activities that move the needle. I would love daily activities, but like I know my brain and sometimes it just doesn't work that way. But I also know my brain and it's really hard for me to think like, oh, I should do this thing that'll move the needle when I'm also like, but this thing has to be written and that's the best thing to move the needle.
I think there's like a lot of little things, especially like at the start of, I mean, we've been doing this for a few years. I don't know if we want to say the start. The other day I was thinking about brain empty. Because we were talking before this conversation.
It's empty like a refrigerator that you need to go shop.
Yeah, no, the best refrigerator is pretty empty in my opinion.
That's true.
The best refrigerator is like showroom clean because it, isn't housing a bunch of food that's just rotting in the back because you can't see it with these freaking doors in the middle. I'm so against like using the veggie crisper drawers. Like
because you can't see them.
No, we keep canned drinks in those because
yeah, absolutely, we do too. Anything, we have a cheese drawer because we eat so much cheese we could never forget about it.
That's fair. That's valid.
Yeah, and beverages and yogurt, and then all the vegetables have to be out because that's the only way you know they exist.
You need a plan because you are on a fucking time limit every single time.
It's true.
Literally, we got because we do the HelloFresh thing, and like the ramen comes with like a bag of spinach, and like literally not even like a full week had gone by, and I was like, I'm gonna make the ramen, and I was so disappointed because the bag of spinach was already wilting, and I was like, this is gross. Like,
but okay, so your brain is empty.
Yeah, we've had so many thoughts about this, and now I'm like, what were they?
I know, right? That's part of the problem why we have like prompts that we don't ever touch because like we get distracted. And like,
what would being a full-time author like entail? Like, so I was talking to Ellie Eldridge, Lexi. She's a full-time author. She's so young. My God, she's got so much get up and go in her that like I'm blown away by her drive. Like, she was telling me about like traveling to places to go write with people, to like where she goes to write every day, or like how she's hanging out with people online to like do writing sprints. And so I was thinking about that. I was like, that because like it becomes so much more all-consuming, I think, when it's your full-time thing.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think also you have to make sure that you build in a plan that still works with your process. Right?
For sure. Yeah.
Because like I work so much better if I work in 20-minute increments, right? Because the in-between time of writing is when I kind of think through and like process what has to happen next. But if I just sit down and I'm like, okay, I have to write for this 3-hour stretch, I'm going to write in the wrong direction a lot. And so the day would have to be built in such a way that's like, woke up, got coffee, wrote for 20 minutes, took a shower, ate breakfast, wrote for 20 minutes. Like it would have to be like set up in such a way that I was able to do that.
Like you've got the thinking you need to go into the next chapter.
Yeah. And then also like, okay, so I am fully committing to like, I don't want to do social media unless I have like a random thought, like a random picture I want to share of me reading a book or something, or I have a release coming up, right? Like those are the only circumstances I want to do social media. It takes so much like creative energy from me and then I just don't see a big return from it. So it's like, okay, I'm doing this thing because everyone says I should. And I'm doing this thing because it's technically free, but my God, what is it costing me? Right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, so what I would like to be doing is my newsletter, some local live events, like festivals and stuff like that. And then also like paid ads and paid newsletter promos. Right? And those, like, I think I could build something pretty sustainable with those 3 to 4 pillars. Right? But also like all of that doesn't take a bunch of day-to-day time. And that's another reason why I don't want to do social media.
Yeah. I mean,
what a pain in the butt.
One of the things I was talking to Lexi about was like, because she used to be a PA for an author. I don't know how many authors she worked for, but she also has a PA herself. And so we were discussing like just the logistics that go into that, like how many hours you're paying someone per week, like the tasks that you're, expecting them to like stay on top of. And I think like one of my biggest like concerns with that is I feel like I don't have a good enough grasp on business, on like the business end of things to hand out tasks to someone like that. Like I wouldn't know all the tasks that I need to assign to them.
I already know what I would hand out for 5 hours a week.
Yeah? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, because it would be a lot of social media. Like that's a big chunk of it.
If I were to it even built on the idea that the PA isn't good at social media, I know what 5 hours I would hand out. I do 2 newsletters a month. It would be getting those like prepped for me to just do the writing. And it would be also ensuring that there is a newsletter swap set up in each of those. It would be ensuring that when it's time to, set up the discounts for like sales and stuff like that, ensuring that the price matching happens, or ensuring that I know I need to make the price matching happen. It would also be ensuring that my stock for my live events is ready and that everything is like packed in a corner of like the house. So all I have to do is put it in my car and go at that time. Right? Like,
oh, you want someone who's like there in person.
Not, and like the thing is like, yes, ideally I would like that. But if I wasn't able to make that happen, and also like it wouldn't have to be in person all the time. So like the person would be mostly remote. It would just be like, okay, I have an event coming up. Can you make sure and order this stock? And then can you make sure and get it set up? But those would be the things that I think would be about 5 hours a week, maybe less. There would probably be some other stuff that had to get thrown in there, but that seems about right. So it's like those kind of tasks that the tasks that would prep me to be able to do the work that only I can do, right?
Yeah. Everything that like you're not super essential in can be handed off.
Exactly. So
if that's like running a storefront and like fulfilling the orders and keeping track of expenses.
Well, and then also like in my situation, it would be scheduling these live events as well.
Finding out about them.
Yeah, that research. Yeah, I mean, that's all the stuff that I would hand off in the way I imagine the business looking in the future.
But if you did this full time, would you still want a PA? Or do you feel like you would be able to tackle all of this?
Well, and the thing is like if I did this full time, it would take a while before I had justification for a PA.
Yeah.
But the goal is for me to be doing the work that only I can do, because that would be the money that would be the work that would bring in the most money. Like, God, who is it? I can't remember what author it is, but she talks about, she has a team that does everything. Like she only does the work herself that is $100 an hour work. So if it's that work, that's hers. She has to do that. But if it's not that work, she has someone else doing it. I cannot remember who that author is right now. And I'm really bummed about it. Because whenever she's on a podcast, she's spectacular. She's super informative. So that would be the way I would look at setting up like a future PA is it time for me to unload 5 hours a week of tasks that like, I don't need to be doing this. And if I had these extra 5 hours, I could be doing more writing.
I had 5 more hours in the day. God, I've been in such a rut creatively that I'm like, I would just sit there on my phone for another 5 hours. Let's be real.
That's so.
And like, I think that kind of broaches some of my apprehension about a full-time like career as an author, because if you're not putting stuff out and if you're not like meeting a kind of intense publication schedule, then you're not earning money, Well,
like that would be something that like that goes back to the argument of making sure that the full-time business still supports your process, because as we've discussed, just you and I, like this is part of your process.
I kind of wonder. So something that like I consciously understand about my process is that I try not to market or talk about a book until it's either mostly done or fully done. Like I don't.
Yeah.
want to hype up a project that I'm only in the beginning of, and then I lose interest in it, and then other people are still wanting to read it. I think to me that's like such a nightmare. And somehow I will still find myself in that corner because I can't help myself, you know?
Well, because also that's like part of what they say to do is like hype a project for 6 to 12 months before release. And so you hype this project, but it might not carry you through.
Yeah. And like, so then my thought is like having one book done is to me worth it. I wonder about finishing the series before putting any of them out. I feel like that's maybe too much because you don't know if any of the series will like take off.
This is true. See, I love that idea for a couple of reasons. I don't know if I could ever do it because like at this point it would mean I have a whole bunch of thoughts on this. But okay, so what I love about doing that plan is like sometimes as you're writing book 2, you realize changes that have to be made on book 1 to make book 2 the easiest thing to write.
Yeah.
And not necessarily the easiest thing to write, but like also like, okay, I wrote a plot hole into book 1 for book 2. So now I have to figure out a way to write around this plot hole.
Yeah.
And so there can be continuity issues. And so having all of them and essentially editing them all as one big piece, like, yeah, that sounds great. Yeah.
It's more consistent.
I think it would make a better overall series. Now, like the issue becomes like, okay, so if it takes me 6 to 9 months to write a book, like when would I be publishing? Right? Like, great. So in 3 years, I can quick release like 4 books, but now it's the 3-year wait for the next book. That's
not sustainable.
That's not sustainable.
Think like, you know, on a full-time schedule, you would be putting out books faster because the time you're hopefully, you know, the time it takes to write a book would decrease.
What I continue to hear from full-time authors is like they assume that their writing will double, right?
Yeah. Okay.
But it doesn't because then there's the other stuff that has to get done. And also your creative well still has limitations.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But yeah, so like again, going back to your process, right? So you're a full-time writer. You are waffling between your projects, not feeling like any of them are really fulfilling you, not feeling like you know exactly what you want to do next, feeling the pressure of what the readership wants compared to like what you want creatively. Will you be able to double your amount of work under those circumstances? Usually people find that they do get more work done as far as writing goes, but it's not
a whole
really
100%.
It's not exactly. So like for me right now, I see myself putting out 3 books every 2 years with like maybe short stories or novella, like a novella in the mix somewhere too, right? So essentially like 4 publications every 2 years, but like 3 full-size books probably. I would probably only increase that to 4 books every 2 years with like the short story and the novella in between, right? And I don't think that that's like without the ability to sustain. But I do think that you have to be very strategic under circumstances like that to continue working your backlist, to continue making it relevant and pulling out a couple different tricks to make that happen.
Yeah. I think, you know, we think that like you're adding 8 extra hours in, but it's like,
are you? Yeah. Well, and then also like
it's also not going to be 8 straight hours of writing or working on things. Like you can only work in so hard for so long. Like you have to do these things in little spurts.
Yeah.
Spurts. Just like like we were talking about word choice maybe like a month ago.
Yeah.
No,
I remember.
Yeah.
And it's like, I do not mean this, again, listener, I do not mean this to be discouraging about full-time writerhood. I think that when I really like sit with myself, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Because like part of the issue I am dealing with right now, for one thing, is like not quite knowing exactly how to do the things I want to do.
Yeah.
But also not quite having the executive function to follow through on some of the business aspects that I know I should be doing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of my executive function's going towards the other things in my life that need attention. And so I think that would be a big difference being a full-time writer is like kind of cracking the code a bit more.
Set checklist of things to accomplish like every week, every quarter, every year, you know, but
I'd have to remember that it exists.
Like that's the hurdle, first hurdle.
That's the hurdle. Because I'll make this list and then I'll be like, awesome, this will feel so good to do. And then 2 weeks later, I'm like, totally forgot it existed.
Well, I think like the other thing is that you have to construct your own list. There isn't like a pre-made list of things that need to be done. I don't know. I'm always haunted by like the sense of that there's stuff I should be doing, but I don't even know what it is. You know, like
yeah, absolutely. That's kind of what I mean by crack the code.
Yeah.
Is like, I know that there's ways to be more effective with my backlist.
And the thing is, like, there's so many scam author classes out there that people put out. Like, they say, like, oh, you wanna learn how to be an author? Take my $600 class for a month. And like, well, this is where you're making your money from, not because you know how to be an author.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
Like, if you were doing that successfully, you would be doing that.
Well, and then, I don't know, because, like, Golden Angel right now they have a marketing... Lee has a marketing boot camp, right? It's a 5-day boot camp, but like, it seems like from what I understand of it is it's like a $250 fee, but then it's a lifetime membership to this boot camp, right? So,
okay, yeah.
It seems like there would be quite a bit of fantastic information there, and like, Lee is incredibly successful on their own. So like, I do think that there's better resources finding somebody that you trust, right? Like,
also, like,
Golden
she
Angel
has such a catalog of advice that, like, is so good to work off to begin with.
Oh my gosh.
That, like, I do feel like she is a reputable source.
Yes. Do you mean Golden Angel?
Yes.
Yes. I completely agree. Because, like, that's the thing is, like, I think it's finding this person as a resource before they're asking for money, for one thing. I think that we're so lucky to have so many people in the indie author sphere that are like, hey, this is how I got up here. You know what I mean? Like, that is...
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That is such a kindness, and they don't have to do that. But it's, like, also knowing, like, what advice you should take and not take, right? Like, I have fought with myself so many times over the past 3 years to do social media this way because so-and-so said it would work this way, with totally ignoring what it takes out of me. And that, like, okay, so I have an hour today to get writing done, and I'm spending 45 minutes of it putting together a social media post. Like, get out of here. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now, where I'm just doing a better job of prioritizing, like, what actually sounds like a business I want to build, right? Because I don't want to build a content creation business. I don't want that.
No.
The idea of meeting people face to face sounds great. That sounds amazing.
Yeah. And I do think like there's a lot of joy to be found, like meeting readers who, you know, enjoy your stuff and like get to tell you that. I think we're going to see kind of a downward trend in social media overall.
Yeah.
Like, I think we have been seeing it and we just kind of haven't been willing to say it. We've, you know, seen the decline of Facebook. We've seen the decline of Twitter. New social media sites do pop up. Like, we've seen the rise of TikTok, and then we also see like TikTok kind of wobble.
Stop being as reliable.
Stop being reliable. Stop being a source. People like, I'm seeing a lot of people talking about wanting to be a little more removed from their phones and you know, dependent on them for dopamine. Like, noticing that, like,
it's no surprise, it's no secret that readers are going to physical books over ebooks. Like, there was a time where authors were like, I sell nothing in physical books. All of my sales are ebooks. And we're really moving away from that. And I think that speaks very much to like people trying to get away from their phones and stuff like that.
People like tangible objects, and there was this really, I think I sent it to you, and like the editing and the artwork that they did in the reel was just really honestly like gorgeous. I love like a good video essay, and I think that there's so much room for the art side of it, you know, as opposed to like just a regular essay or article.
Yeah.
It's just they touch my heart a little more. It was about how we have so many subscription models. You know, you subscribe to Spotify, you subscribe to Netflix, you subscribe blah 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 to all these like things, and like there needs to be a kind of permanent object that for you to love something. You know, there needs to be a little bit of friction. For
that's
you know,
so interesting.
You know, you pull out your favorite CD case and you put your CD into the player, and you get to play your favorite album or vinyl or whatever, and pull out your favorite DVDs, and there's something about, I know this isn't it, this is like unconnectable to so many people, but like the experience of rewinding a VHS tape, because you left it off at the end and you didn't rewind it because no one ever rewound VHSs at the very end of a movie because it's an extra step. But like that step, that friction in getting to the thing that you want to re-experience is, if all of your books are on Kindle Unlimited, maybe they're all on your Kindle, but like, I guess that you can get attached to your Kindle kind of, but people put stickers on them and such.
Yeah.
But you can,
but that's
just
the
deleting
thing.
a book off of it is much easier than.
Oh yeah, I have a book I want to get rid of, and I've wanted to get rid of it since 2020, and I just keep on forgetting to drop it off at like a little library.
Right, because like you love it in a way because you can't just throw it in the trash. You're not like, I just want it out of my life. I'm willing to do whatever to get rid of it. You're like, this needs to go in an appropriate place so someone else can love it.
Yeah. I ordered this book and they sent me something that is not at all what I ordered. And it is about a subject matter that I don't even want it in my house. But I can't throw it away. I hate this book. I hate that it's here.
Oh my God.
But I can't throw it away because it just is a book. I can't do it.
Yeah. No, there's like a weird mysticism around objects.
Yeah. There is
like that's
too.
part of what Marie Kondo was trying to get at with her, like her whole, the art of tidying up, was it?
Yeah.
My mom's doing that thing where, your kids move out and then you clean out your entire house, and every time you see them, you go, here's a box of junk. Do you want your old Barbie dolls? And I looked at these 2 Barbie dolls that I, played with a whole bunch when I was 5, and I was like, God, what was her name? I'm looking at this doll, like, did I name her Seashell?
Oh, yeah. That makes me, like, feel so precious about my children, like, in this time, being so little. And knowing that, like, they're so big already.
Oh, for sure.
When we were moving, I was obviously trying to, like, weed out objects, right?
Yeah, and you want to get rid of all the things that, like, because if you don't look at it, you're like, do I care about it? If I never saw it again, would I remember it?
Exactly. Well, and then also, like, the kids are bigger and they don't need everything that they have.
No, like they outgrow their binkies and it's like, well, what do you do with them?
Well, there's like 4 in Andrew's toolbox because he's like, I can't throw these away.
Oh, no, I get that because it's like, this is so precious. But at the same time, it's taking up space and it's like, I don't have a use for you.
No use. It just, every time he opens that drawer, there's 4 whippies right there. Okay, so, but I was like trying to go through their books and like there's a bunch of board books and like stuff like that. And I was like, I put them in like the donation pile and I'm like staring at the donation pile and I'm like, Andrew, I can't. I just like, I know that these books, like I'm never going to read it to them again. They're not there anymore, but I can't get rid of them. And like, I tend to be the more like heartless. I tend to be the least emotional and sentimental about objects between the 2 of us. Which is quite frankly saying a lot because I would not say I'm not sentimental about things. I just remember them sitting in my lap and reading these books to them as like a little bitty baby. And he's like, Bear, you don't have to be heartless about everything. Keep the fucking book. Like, okay, thank you. I needed to. So we have a bunch of books that are just going to live in a box in this new house.
Sometimes that's what you got to do.
And that's what's going to happen.
It's there for like the next 20 years when you unpack it again and go, oh my God. Give you that moment.
Well, and then also like I did find a couple things that like I sent off with my friend whose daughter will be 3 in September, right? So like there were a couple things I was like, these are good books that I can give to her. So, and then she can throw them away someday, hopefully. We'll see. I don't know. We went onto a weird place here.
Yeah, we've ended up on a weird tangent about like the impermanence of life and existential, honestly, kind of territory.
It was that guided meditation.
No, it
that
was.
Told me I was going to die someday.
I literally, like, I keep thinking about, and this idea of, the shit people say on their deathbeds, like, we all know, they say, like, oh, no one's going to say, I wish I worked another, late shift. Or whatever. No one thinks that. But I'm like thinking, like, am I going to be on my deathbed thinking, God, I wish I'd published more books?
That is someplace, dude, I'd like literally just had this thought because I was like getting sucked into a video game. I got like a game on my phone. I got sucked into like TikTok. I just had this thought of like, I have so many stories inside my head I do not know how I could ever possibly get them all down. What am I doing with my time?
It's a theme that I've seen because I watch a lot of Dropout .tv. It was a theme I kind of picked up a little bit in Lou Wilson's. He did like a streamed therapy kind of bit. It's like 4 or 5 episodes long, and then there's a behind the scenes. Austin was really into it, so like we watched it. I think it kind of leans into that uncomfortable humor that like just making it awkward that I just don't vibe with. So, but it was interesting because he brought up kind of the same notes that in I want to say it's an adventuring party episode with Jacob Wazaki and Brennan Lee Mulligan, where Jacob is kind of bringing up how performing, you know, being funny, because they're all comedians, and that like the root of everything that they do is be funny, and like he's kind of examining where does the need to be funny come from, and where does that it for him it was coming from a kind of panicked place of like, this is what I do for other people that makes them like me. And oh god, I can't remember who. Oh no, oh my god, it was actually because Superman just came out. And director James Gunn, fucking every time like I see him like make something, I'm just so impressed, and like I think he's got truly the most to me impressive resume, and that's because of Scooby-Doo Spooky Island.
Hilarious.
Because like, yes, he has such a range, and he's made such a interesting catalog of movies.
Oh, I didn't realize he did Guardians.
He did Guardians, I think so. That's the film that he got fired from Disney over. And he was talking in an interview about how he worked from a place of like, make money and fill up this deep hole within me. He was talking about when he got fired from Disney. Well, no, I have to back it up.
Okay.
He was talking about standing on stage and thousands of people like in the audience crying and screaming his name, like, James Gunn, you know, and like him being like, oh, this is how much it takes for me to feel like loved, you know. I finally feel loved, and like this, like it took thousands of people and like a, you know, a whole bunch of work. And then like when he got fired from Disney after Guardians, because like I guess it did badly or whatever.
And we're talking about Guardians 2 that he got fired for.
I think it might have been Guardians 3 ?
Okay.
I don't know. I have no idea. I would like, this is how little I
Guardians 3 is on here too. Okay.
But so he got fired, and there was such an outpouring of love from his family, his friends, you know, everyone like, hey, you're going to be okay. And him like feeling that love and like realizing he didn't need to continue to put work out in order to receive love from other people.
Yeah.
And like, I'm seeing this like reoccurring theme, like from all these like artists and people that I like respect and love their work, and you know, doing it for the enjoyment and not because there's a gun to your head, you know. And it's like something is like holding that there and putting that anxiety up against you of like, if I don't make my friends laugh because I put a chapter in, you know, the Drive, you know, am I gonna still be friends with these people if I don't join every Tuesday and Sunday to read to our group, like, or listen, you know, is the group gonna fall apart and we, you know, drift away from each other? Because like this year has been so chaotic on both of our ends. I feel like every time we've had a phone call, we've said, hey, you know, it's been so long. I haven't talked to you in forever. What's going on in your life?
I agree.
And you know, I think about the people I don't talk to anymore, because like the way friendships fall apart as you age and you move into a different like stage of your life, and maybe they're still stuck in a different stage, and or you just live in different areas. Yeah,
or like literally just grow into different interests.
Yeah, I've been watching a bit of like Hello Haze, I think her channel is called. She's on YouTube. She has a podcast. She just talks by herself. I think that's amazing. Like, it's just her talking, and I'm like, I love listening to her thoughts, hearing thoughts that I've had myself in a different font, you know? That's such an interesting experience. And I don't think I could do that. I love so much talking to you and getting to edit our episodes later. Like, I don't know if I've told you this, but it is generally such a treat for me that I get to rework these conversations and, you know, listen more intently, because I'm not trying to come up with a response. And, be able to hear us having a inside joke or something, like, especially when I'm lonely. Like, that's such a treat.
Oh my gosh. I do the same thing too, though, when I'll just listen to our past episodes on, like,
Yeah, you
the
mentioned that to
podcast
me.
app, right? And I remember one time I was like talking to Andrew. I'm like, it's really embarrassing, but I'm just listening to me and Kate talk. And he's like, why is that embarrassing? I'm like, I don't know. It feels like, I don't know, very self-congratulatory. And he's like, you had a good conversation with a friend. You get to re-listen to it. Like, how cool is that? I'm like, shut up.
Oh, dude,
You're
it
so
is the
insightful.
Yeah. Point for you, Andrew.
Good job, buddy. Yeah, no, I get that though. And like the pressure to always show up for meetings and stuff like that because this group is so important. I feel less of that pressure now than I did like last year.
Yeah.
I do, because I have seen that we continue to come back to it.
We do have lulls, and I do worry about them.
I do too. But then we all come back to the Discord and start talking again. So clearly it's important to all of us.
So I've told you a little bit about like my time on Tumblr and my semi-popular witchcraft blog and my dude, because like I did publish a couple of books when I did that, and I did have a community. It was really big for me for a while. Like, and it felt the way that like some of my family members were like, I'm so proud of you for doing this, and like, I'm so amazed that you're, doing all this entrepreneurial stuff. And to me, it was like, oh, I'm just along for the ride. I do not want to be doing this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And then I look at this, like, because I knew that was going to fade, and then it did. And I kind of watched it go, and I, kind of made the decision of like, I'm not going to like keep stoking the fire and trying to keep it alive.
Yeah.
Now that I'm like, this is the thing I've wanted to do since like 7th grade,
Yeah.
in one format or another. And I'm like, God, what if I let this down? Not like an actual, like, I don't touch that thought with like a 10-foot pole.
Yeah. So there was this like snippet of an interview I saw with Conan O'Brien, because when he first got his show back in the 90s, he was like an unknown SNL writer.
Yeah.
And it was like, it came out of nowhere that they offered him this show. He said for a moment, he was like, he knew he was not ready. And for a moment, he was like, do I pass this off and get ready for the next time it shows up? And he had like an absolute clarity of like, there will never be a next time. It is get ready now, or it is never have this opportunity again. That really resonated with me, because there have been moments where I didn't fully step into something because I knew I wasn't ready.
Dude, literally, I would like, in this conversation, I was having a thought, and I was like, when we talked about like the PA thing, and I mentioned online storefront, and then I thought, man, what if I'd had an online storefront when my orc book came out and took off? I was like, what if I'd had more infrastructure? I don't think I had a newsletter.
Yeah, I don't think you did either.
No, not at all.
No, and like I don't even think in that book you had like anything in the back matter to retain them, or
dude, it was my second
pass
book.
them on to something else.
No, like thoughts. My thought is these things do come by. It is kind of recognizing whether or not, like, I think having the wherewithal is something you can get better at.
Well, and I think also knowing that, like, you can trust yourself, right? That, like, I might not be ready right now, but I'm not completely not ready. I can run and I can catch up, right?
Yeah.
It's trusting yourself to know that, like, I might not do this perfectly, but it's going to be okay. I can do it.
I think we've gotten pretty existential here.
I think we have too. Man,
we're like a full-time writer. Where do you want to be on your deathbed?
Exactly.
No, that was like
gonna say that. Now think about your moment of death. What have you done with your life?
God, I'm gonna hold on to that thought all day. That's gonna fucking haunt me.
Dude, okay, but it was informative. Like, that's the thing that, like, is, like, the wildest part of it is, like, I would love to be, like not that I would love to discredit the whole thing, but, like, anytime I'm like, do I really want to be a full-time writer? I'm like, yeah, you clearly do. Like, clearly that's all you want, right? Like, you don't want anything else. So, like, build the life you want. And I also really love this idea. So Aaron Tveit is a Broadway actor. He's absolutely incredible. He's done some shows, and he was in the Les Mis movie. God, he's so good. Anyway, fully obsessed with this man. I've sent you clips of him. you might not realize who
Yeah.
it is. Yeah. But anyway, he was still in like college and he wanted, you know, to be on Broadway and he ended up getting the opportunity to join a touring of Rent, right?
Mm.
And it was like, he was like, you're so much closer to your dream than you realize. He's like, I had no idea I was that close to it. Like, I had no idea I was like half a person away from stepping into this role that opened up all these doors.
When he says half a person, does he mean like half a life? Like, because he'd only been like, what, 20 years old?
Oh, yeah, he was so young, but also he meant half a person in the, well, and I'm using the word half a person, but like he knew someone who knew someone.
Okay, like a connection. Okay.
Yeah, so he was able
to
audition for the role and he was able to get it.
Gonna like wait 5 years and get to be who I wanted to be.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think that that's a really important thing to remember. I also have been working really hard on not having to know the how of something happening. Just everything can take a different route than what I've drawn in my mind. So I guess that's my piece of writing advice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I feel like it's a reoccurring theme in my process to find something that makes me and I like, it's a lesson I keep having to relearn because I think I just, you know, slowly tense up, you know, and then I have to remind myself to like release my jaw, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I find myself clenching my teeth all of the time. I'm like, God. And remind myself that it's not that serious. Just work on the things that I like. And that's what people are going to, because I think truly at the heart of it, people respond to enthusiasm and fun the most.
Yeah. And
as long as it has those, I believe in it.
I like that.
God, my other thought was like, listener, what? Think about your last breath.
Dude,
I'm going stuck on that.
Really, I
Reader,
I cannot tell you how to.
Where do you want to be in your writing career when you're on your deathbed?
Well, but like it was like she said, like she's like, and then someday you'll take your last breath, and it was like it was
such a gut punch of a. Right? No, that's so wild to spring on someone in the middle
where are we going?
I love that so insanely much. Like
I know she caught me so off guard. And if I hadn't done some of her other guided meditations, I would have been like, all right, madam. This case, here is the content.
Enough of that for now.
Yeah, exactly. But I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to see it through. I trust her. And I'm really glad I did because it was super informative. Sometimes it's hard to know what you want.
Oh my God. It's so hard to... Literally, all I do lately is like... I'm really chasing the idea of what makes me happy. And I think it's because I've been in my writing rut that I'm like... Well, if I can find the things that make me happy, then I can, you know, just keep spamming that button.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've talked about it on the podcast, but I think I've talked about it to you a little bit, that like, because I started the semi-glutide, and because the main thing of that is that it turns off the food noise in your head, which sounds like a fake thing.
No,
but
it's
my
not.
God, the way that I changed from like a rabid beast about food, like a starving like dog kind of, like I really felt like it consumed me.
Yeah.
And now I feel like so much more like it's not my source of happiness, you know, to eat. And on one hand, like that's so freeing. On the other hand, it's like, well, what do I do to make myself happy then? You know, if I'm having a rough day, like what do I do to pick me up? And
that's so fair.
It's such an interesting like little thing, because I do a lot of the time, like I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna buy myself a donut to make me happy, and then I'll be eating the donut and I'll be like, this isn't making me happy. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Because like it really genuinely used to like cure my whole day
so much. Yeah.
The way that the happiness it provided was like heroin, like truly like, oh my God, this is better than drugs kind of shit.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, well, I guess there's just drugs.
Which you know because you've done heroin.
No, I've never done heroin. I've read a lot of people's like descriptions about what it's like to take heroin. Well, and I'm like, oh, I could never take that because I would become immediately addicted to that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, my anti-drug is knowing myself. I could not just accidentally do that.
I can't. I don't know if I should tell this story. Austin reminded me of like the one time he did cocaine. Okay. And he was like, he had the worst time because all he did was sit in a basement and do a puzzle.
That's so funny.
And I'm like, that sounds like the most excruciatingly boring experience you could have had on coke.
So funny.
Like, I would do that. I would do weed and do a puzzle. I feel like that would be a fun experience because weed often makes something, a kind of boring experience, a slightly more novel experience, I think. You know?
I don't know. I have such a hard time focusing on weed.
See, yeah, okay, that is also the thing.
I would forget what piece I was looking for. I would forget I was doing a puzzle. And then I would just be like, oh shit, I'm doing a puzzle. Right?
Yeah. No, that's the thing. I do enjoy the getting lost and finding my thought again of weed. It's very, like your ADHD.
No, I experience that so much in my daily life that I do not like. It's one thing if I had a task I was trying to accomplish, like doing a puzzle, I would not find it fun because I like there's a level of competition I feel with myself when I do puzzles.
Oh, yeah.
And that's part of what's fun.
Yeah.
But what I am finding is Adderall is keeping me from having to do that like mid-afternoon like sugar rush. Because I didn't realize how much I was self-medicating.
No, a lot of people with ADHD self-medicate by eating. I'd have like, oh my God, like it gives you dopamine, it gives you sugar. It's literally like it's insane that we don't have more awareness for people on this.
Dude, serious?
You know, I didn't like Adderall or just ADHD because they are amphetamines. I don't like speeding up. I typically prefer depressants. Like, I don't like caffeine either all that much.
Oh, okay. No, I definitely am a caffeine kid. I think I like Adderall. Like, I take a small dose because my doctor was like, take it when you need it. And I'm like, I don't know if I need it until about 3:00 in the afternoon. And so I'm just taking it in the morning and seeing what happens. And I think that is working. What I have to watch out for is like, yes, it helps me focus, but if I get focused on, the wrong thing, I cannot pull myself out of it.
Oh, yeah, no.
So
fall into like the hyper focus hole.
Oh my God, it's terrible. I have to like run away from it. Like,
dude, have you ever stood once you finally get out of it and being like, oh my God, I have to pee so bad.
Oh my God, yes.
Because it's like you don't even feel it, and then you move a little, and you're like, whoa, okay, I feel everything.
Yeah, no, I had that problem. I was at the office like Wednesday or something, and I had taken my Adderall, and I was working, and I was super focused, and then I got done, hours later, and I was like, I haven't eaten, I haven't gone to the bathroom, I haven't drank water.
It do that to you.
Oh man. And like I will run into that. I have run into that like outside of having any sort of medication.
But this makes it happen more often.
This makes it happen where it's like I need to set timers to remind me to see to my bodily needs. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's such a real thing.
One of my favorite TikTok clips is a comedian talking about the first time she did cocaine and realizing that she might have ADHD because she was like, all my friends were like so high. And I was just like, guys, I might want to go to college.
God, that's so fucking real, though.
I know.
Being like, no, the way that, like, people who do Adderall for fun, and then some people will, like, take it and be like, this isn't getting me high. It's like, no, honey, you need
fun
to
little
speed
story.
up. You need to be diagnosed now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's the thing is like I will take, and it's only 5 milligrams, right? It's a
oh my
small
God,
dose.
you're on the lowest dose.
Yeah, I am, because my body responds to drugs so much. I was like, hey, let's start real small, and so I'm on this super small dose. But like, dude, if I do weed, like if I do a gummy, I take no more.
do the little ones. God, I want to get that bag of those things that you had though.
The
because,
Pop Dots, like, they're so good.
The Pop Dots, like they're good. And there's like I could eat them like a handful of mini M&Ms. Like,
oh my God, I'd be so high.
I would just do it and be like just munching on them all day because like they did not affect me enough. I was like, I need more.
I can take 3 and I'm like, wow, I'm toasted, right? And they're 1 milligram each. So like 3 milligrams, and I'm elevated, right?
I'm kind of getting to a point where like a 10 milligram gummy will not get me as high as I want to be, but it'll be nice and relaxing.
God, 10 milligrams.
I know, it would kill you.
Sure, I was dying.
Dude, that's just tolerances are so weird.
Tolerances are so weird.
Like, it always surprises me whenever, like, I'm still smoking, and then, like, halfway through, Austin will be like, all right, I'm done, I'm high enough. And I'm like, for real?
Dude, that's so weird.
Because he's been doing this for so much longer than I have.
Well, and, like, also, like, I'll have friends that are significantly smaller than me, and they can drink me under the freaking table, right? Because I have, like, I have like 1.5 cocktails and I'm like feeling it, could not possibly dream of driving. And they are just like nothing. Right. And like,
Yeah.
there seems to be no correlation. Right. And then also like my family history, you would think I would have like, I'd have the highest tolerance. Right. No, I'm the lightest of weights. Anyway,
I mean, I think that's good because then you get to enjoy more of it.
You
I
do.
You don't run through your stash quite as fast.
Yeah, it takes me forever to get through anything. I'm incredibly cheap to go out and get cocktails with. Like,
that's good. That's not a bad thing to be, honestly.
No, it's not at all. It's not at all. I also am like so aware of it that I'm like really able to identify like, okay, I'm starting to get louder. So I need to stop drinking. But Kate, should we like tell them where they can find us? Yeah.
We should.
I should get my children outside and fed and all that.
Yeah, no, I gotta heat up some leftovers for lunch. All right, so yeah. Where can you find
Miss Marty V?
Miss Marty V.
Miss Marty V can be found at www.martyv.com. You can join my newsletter there. I will have a new reader magnet for sure by the time this comes out. Oh, yeah. It's called Foul on the Play. And it is such a delight. I cannot wait to show you guys like Kate's cover art because it's so dang funny.
This is a sketch.
Yeah, I'm definitely. That's what's going up. We're just doing the stick figures.
We're gonna put the title over that and be like, it's good enough.
But it's so funny and they're so cute, and I'm almost done writing that, and then. Like I said, I'm not really going to be on the social medias, but you can find me at martyvauthor.com. Or I'm sorry, martyvauthor at Instagram and TikTok. And you can always DM me. I do respond. Kate, where can they find you?
Oh, I'm at kate-pryor.com. You can sign up for my newsletter and you get a free story. And then I try to email only once a month and try not to make it annoying. I think that's everything. Yeah. Listener, don't think too hard about your last breath.
Oh. No, think entirely too hard about it. No, joking.
Do think about it.
Sorry if that came out of nowhere for you, just like it did for me.
You had to experience this too.
Yeah. Okay, listener, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Are you doing your thing? Are you being weird?